Welcome to Trainz! Hey there friends, and welcome to Trainz Reviews. I've got Jonathan with me today, and we're going to take a look at the Walthers Titans of Steel collectible card game.
So this is the common base set where you get all, what is it, 56 of the regular cards and none of the fancy foils or legendaries or whatever they're calling them.
Okay.
And then you just, it's just a mix of engines and, here you want engines and railroad people and I think locations and freight cars.
Big boy. Norland Streetcar. John F. Stevens. No clue who he is. Apparently he's a prominent American civil engineer. There you go. So, Jonathan, you were surrounded by model trains all day, but you decided to go ahead and get this Titans of Steel trading card game. How come?
Well, I was flipping through this Model Railroader magazine, and one of the ads was this giant thing for their collectible card game, which I'd never seen or heard of. I was like, that's really interesting. And I went on their Walthers website and I started, kind of going through what it was explaining the card game was. And it was just kind of fascinating because I was like, how exactly are they going to do this and how's it going to work? And, I got a hold of them after I read more about it on the website. And it's actually a great way to get somebody interested in, the railroading and the history of railroading, because it's got a lot of, it's simplified information, but it's great for little kids who are, interested in the railroad, or if, grandpa wants to get their grandson or granddaughter interested in model trains and they know that they like card games and stuff. And, they can be like, hey, here you go, Johnny, here's some cards with trains on them. And, then hopefully that will inspire them to go, look up more information on the railroads and, history of the railroads and just get involved in the hobby and stuff like that.
Okay, so you see it as more of here's an introduction to the world of railroading, and it might encourage people to get more in depth later on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is a great kind of starter for, say, you're flipping through, little kids flipping through the cards and they see this, the C&O George Washington, and they're like, oh, look, it's blue, it's pretty colors. And then, they read on the back kind of the information about it. And then they're like, I wonder if they have more blue trains like that. And then they go and look it up. Or, somebody who's kind of just getting into the hobby and they want maybe a better idea of, say, they live near the station in West Virginia. And they're like, oh, that's neat, I've seen that station before. Then they can, read the information on the back, and then maybe they're like, hey, I want to model that area. Then they start doing more research and, gives them ideas for stuff.
Now, since this pack is one that you bought yourself, I will give you the honor of opening it up. And who knows, maybe there's a golden ticket in there for you.
Which, for those of you who don't know, there actually is a card called the Golden Ticket, which is an actual one-of-one card. They only made one, and it is gold. And from what I've seen, it is the Transcontinental Railroad. It's the famous picture of all the drunks at the ceremony.
Okay, so the golden spike.
Yeah.
Golden card for the golden spike. I like it.
Okay, so in this box, it's the 12 booster packs, and the booster packs is the only way you can get the fancy cards. And there's 10 cards per pack. And then there's also, I guess we'll talk about it when we find the wild cards.
I'm not going to open every single pack, obviously. This is your possession. But from reading the pack here, it does say 8 common cards, 1 wild card, and 1 rare card. So, luck of the draw, I guess.
Yep.
Let's see what we get. Oh my gosh! I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, what would it be our luck to actually get the golden ticket? That'd be funny.
That would be something. Let's see. Caltrain, Peninsula Commuter Service, got Caboose, a well car, Chicago Grand Central Station,
George Westinghouse,
Denver Union Station, Iowa Traction Railway. I mean, that's interesting. Collis P. Huntington.
Which the town of Huntington's named after. He was, the C&O in the Central Pacific?
Yeah, a driving force behind the development of America's first transcontinental railroad. Look at him.
And then William B. Strong was the chief engineer for the Santa Fe during the war with Rio Grande.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
and I guess I've got like a puzzle piece here. It looks
so that's the wild card. So that's the one that you get it together. Oh, wait, I think this is supposed to... Oh, yeah. Oh, look. I think it's a...
Is it a Burlington Zephyr?
Yeah, but it's one of the fancy ones that has like the different border.
Oh, okay. So, because, you talked about there's different rarities of the cards.
So that one.
So this green one, the green border makes it a little bit more.
I can't remember. The website shows the different markings for like the rarities and stuff like that. I can't remember what the stars were.
Okay.
But yeah, so then like the pioneers. So the wild cards on the back they got a Walthers. They got a Walthers product on them, and it actually makes the. I think if you
Walthers Proto 920-9500. So I've got a baggage car on the back. You've got an EMD E8, and I think I've seen that you can like.
It says card 2 of 9. So we need 9 cards to put it. Does that go?
Yes.
All right. So I'm not a huge card game person myself. I know from cultural osmosis that with games like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like a combat element involved. I don't think I can throw my San Francisco cable car up against this Fairmont speeder and decide who wins. I mean, maybe I could.
I mean, I could see you taking like William Strong as your trainer, and then I don't know, finding freight cars and engines.
See, now you've got me wondering.
Well, and that's another reason.
Let's see. I think I had one of them. Here it is. William K. Walthers.
The founder of Walthers versus...
Walthers.
But, I mean, that was another part of the whole me buying this was at the same time I was like, how are they going to do a card game with like railroading? Because at first I thought there was going to be like, oh, you get to build a train and like attack somebody else's train or something. And then the more I read about it, I was like, oh, okay, it's like a simplified way to get people interested in the history of railroading and, the hobby and all that stuff.
Yeah. So it seems like it really does lean into the completionist collector aspect. So I was looking at this just off the screen and talked about like the uncommon cards. They have a little star and then a colored border. And they suggested one way you could collect is to have all of the uncommon cards with the same colored border. So like I've got this caboose and I've got this Gunderson well car that share the same color. I guess you could also collect your people.
Yep.
Edward H. Harriman, William K. Walthers, and William B. Strong. It would be interesting, though, to see if you could assemble a train out of all the different pieces that you've got.
I mean, you probably could, because I saw like freight cars and stuff. Let's see. So you got a center beam flat car. Well, actually, you possibly could. You can make a train, and then there's locations that you could send it to.
That's true. That's true. Let's see. What have I got? I've got. Oh, okay. Come on out of here. So I've got a GE-840 with a well car, a 3-bay covered hopper, a gondola, a funnel flow tank car, and my caboose. And I guess I could send it over the Bascule Bridge to...
Oh, wait. I think I had a...
the B&O station in Philippi, West Virginia. Is that how you pronounce it? Philippi? I don't know. You can tell us in the comments. So you could make a game out of this really easily if you wanted to, if you were creative.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was initially a little, but I could see this being a lot of fun, and it certainly doesn't take up a lot of space on the shelf or anything like that.
And, another thing that Walthers could have been thinking is since they're unfortunately having to raise their prices because of all the craziness going on, this could have been another way for like people to kind of get into the hobby instead of, like paying so much for a starter set or something like that.
Yeah. I know one of the most difficult things for me when I'm trying to like build a layout is figuring out what it is I want to build. And, do I want a theme? Do I want something like that? And having stuff that you can kind of look at in person and be like, oh, maybe I do want to do Santa Fe, even though I myself am an East Coast guy, Conrail Blue for life. But it would also, I don't think I would ever know about a Fairmont speeder unless I saw a picture of one. And that would be such a cool little...
or,
trackmobile kind of thing.
Or, you see something like that and you'd be like, ooh, I wonder if the railroad I want to model had something like that.
Okay.
So another neat thing I saw when I was looking on Walthers' website when I was trying to find out more information about this is that they're planning on doing a second run, and you can actually submit ideas in your pictures for them to possibly put on the cards.
Oh, cool. That'd be pretty fun. Now, of course, we have these on Trainz.com. You can search for Titans of Steel, and they'll pull up whatever we've got at the moment. Right now, taking a look, we've got a Series 1 deck for $60.42. That's the complete set of the common cards. So we'll have more as time goes on. And I guess you got to get a binder now.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that's all for this week. So, Jonathan, thank you very much. Thank you for letting us open. I mean, it was supposed to be one pack, but we may have gotten a little carried away. So,
well, we had to build the wild card.
Exactly. We had to build the puzzle. That's why we did it. So, let's see. What's your favorite sign off? Is it "Don't drink the smoke fluid"?
Yeah.
All right. So until next week, don't drink the smoke fluid.
Trainz.com. Making dreams come true. One train at a time.